And we're live.
Hello.
Oh Lord, let's see. Who do we have in here? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend and good 4th of July for those who celebrate the 4th of July. Oh, let's see. I'm out of it, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, all right. Who we have in here? Oh, we have Natu, we have Cree, we have Kathy. Who else we have up in here? We have Kat. We have Pomp. Pomp is in the house. We have Michael in the house. Let's see. Oh, we have Chris in the house. Um, Squinting my eyes so I can see. Let's see. Did I miss anybody so far? Hello, Brooklyn. Let's see. Scrolling down. Scrolling. I'm at the bottom. Okay. Oh, there's Wayne. There's Carla. Hello. All right.
Did you get William?
Did I get William? Let me look. I don't think I did. I think I accidentally. No, there we go. Hello, William. All right. So just go live for a little while, guys. Just hang out, whatever. I don't know, something.
It was my last night here.
Right.
Or I head home tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's see. Got a little bit to, I guess, talk about, like documentary is slated to be out in sometime fall. I'm not going to give an exact date. Hello, RIP Paranormal. RPI. Dyslexic. But yeah, we'll just say this fall. That's what we're hoping for. Should be, better be. So there's that. What else? So I'm not going to say a whole lot. I'm hoping to do this year. I do have a location in mind. I'm not going to say the name of the location. I know the owner of the location, but I'm going to attempt to hopefully have my own documentary. And hoping maybe this year I can pull that off. There's a lot of other things too, though, that's bit of a pain in the ass that has to get covered as well.
Raven said, fine, keep your secret.
Yep. Let's see. Next week, we're going to finish out the rest of the Monroe House stuff. And after that, no new episodes until fall. We need to get out and investigate more, but there's just a lot going on. But yeah, I also want to try to film a documentary, and that is going the biggest hurdle. And no, I'm not going to do anything to try to fund it or anything like that. The biggest hurdle is going to be expense. That is going to be a few $1,000s, and that's most of that is up front. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Hey guys, send me money so I can do them." I'm not going to do that. That's not happening. So, going to try. We'll see what happens. Let's see. And I did see something about Ragman. Yeah, that is sad. I didn't know him personally. I'd seen him in chats and stuff like that. But yeah, that.
I hated Patricia.
Hello,
And then
Patricia.
Pomp said the two fallers aren't investigating the fall, are they? Yeah, they are.
Mm.
The two fallers.
The two fallers.
You and Jamie.
Well, that's September.
That's the fall.
Right. That has nothing to do with the documentary.
Nobody's asking about investigating in the fall.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of sort of the plan. But I do want to get out and investigate other places. But I had so much going on, and that I haven't really been able to go out and investigate much. I know in the fall the investigation with Jason and his crew, that'll come out. I still have to do reviews on that too, and I haven't. When I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this review thing. It's my tooth. It's still bothering me. I got to get that taken care of as well. So I don't know. I'm gonna attempt to do that review sometime this week for members. I have to check something here real quick.
I'm sorry, I'm not wearing like a big smile on my face either because I have my own pain. And it just, today's been not so fun for the nerve pain. As those who know what happened to me, just dealing with my nerve damage.
All right. Let me
Uncomfortable.
Let me throw this out there. Someone donated. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you. You know who you are. This person doesn't always like to be like thrown out there as somebody who donated. So I will thank that person later. But what else is going on?
I mean, that's
That's
it.
kind of
Not a whole lot.
Shadow Cat, thank you very much.
I mean, there is a lot, but it's like just behind the scenes stuff
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, behind the scenes stuff.
that you can't talk about.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. Somebody might get upset, butthurt. But anyhow, yeah. So let's see. There is trying to figure out how I can pull this off too, because I'm not going to say the name of the locations, but Dawson. Well, and you haven't been to this location. Dawson hasn't been to either.
The one that we were going to try over the break. Or have you not told me?
No, I just can't tell you, or I just can't say it out loud. It's just a place.
It's a place.
Yep.
I'm going to a place,
Yep.
maybe.
Here, hold on. I'll
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Hello, Bill. Yeah, try to figure out how to pull that off because Dawson has not been to either one of those places. So that would be really cool. Maybe we can get Michael.
Yeah, it depends.
I know he's been wanting to investigate, although he did with Dawson. It didn't even invite me. What the fuck? No.
You were probably busy.
I might have been. I don't know. But hello, J9. But yeah, I mean, really, it's just this year has just been slow. It's actually pissing me off. It's really pissing me off that I've not been able to get out and investigate as much as I would like to. It's extremely frustrating, and I mean, it's kind of out of my hands. So
It'll pick back up.
it better.
I still have to wait for like some healing before I'm comfortable again.
And then I definitely want to go to a location by myself. That I still want to do. I haven't done that in a very, very long time. I actually miss doing that. Well, Frank's in the house. God, that video. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was funny, Frank. I can't tell you guys about that one. That'll get me in trouble. Oh God, I can't even get that out of my head now. Oh shit. But I definitely do have a place in mind that I do want to go to by myself. Let's see if I can pull that off this year. I wanted to, but
Hello, Frank, Janine, Bill.
yep, I said hi to them all.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, oh, whatever. I don't know. Not a hell of a lot's going on. All right. There's that. So Wayne, I don't mind investigating with other people.
Not large teams though. I did that for a long time and it ruins the investigation for me.
Yeah, I don't want to investigate with like a super huge group of people. I mean, it's okay once in a great while. But
And I'm talking like groups of like 20, 30, 50, 60 people is so horrible.
no, I'm talking groups of like 8 or more.
Yeah. Well, it's still, yeah. Just he and I sometimes solo. I used to go by myself quite a bit to places too before I met Joe. So I might go somewhere by myself. I just can't really carry a camera around. Like the one that you don't want to go back to that I went to in 2004, that battlefield. It's close to me.
Yeah, well, do it.
I might go.
Do it. I like, for me personally, I like investigating by myself more than anything else. It's because my problem is that when I investigate with other people, I kind of have to deal with, whatever's going on with like other people, and sometimes I have to wait on other people. Like when I'm ready to go, I am ready to go.
Hey, John.
And sometimes it's like you're just waiting on other people. Like I went and investigated. Well, it's been a couple of places, but like I'm ready to go, and here are people carrying in fucking cases of gear, and then they're getting all their gear out, trying to get it all set up, and it like takes them hours. And I'm like, fuck, I'm ready. And then it sort of got to a point where, when I see that going on, I'm like, I'm going. Like, I am not waiting around. And that's what I would do. And I mean, sometimes some people got a little upset with me, like, oh, you're, just going to go off and just investigate. You're not going to wait for us. I'm like, you guys got fucking $1,000 worth of fucking bullshit. You got to run around the place, set this shit up where you want it. And you got to make sure the batteries are working and all this other bullshit. I'm like, no, I am not fucking waiting on you. Not happening. I'm going to go investigate. You guys can dick around with your toys. And when you're ready, then you're ready.
Yeah, I did a team investigation before I met you, and And
Hey,
I've
Laura.
told this story before. You said Laura and I said Stora at the same time. But they had, like the box that you bought, the hard case,
Mhm.
the really heavy. They had 2 or 3 of those, and it was $20,000 worth of equipment. They made sure to point out that they spent $20,000 on all the stuff, and the team. Or everybody was supposed to like split up and start investigating at a certain time. And we had to wait on them because they were allowed to set everything up. And it took over an hour and they were only in one spot. And then by the time I got to where they set all their stuff up, it was all over the place. You couldn't even walk around it. And everything was going off all at the same time. Everything's too close to each other. And all they did was just spend money on this equipment, didn't know how to really use it. So I don't like that.
And then there's been plenty of times where people like leave their shit out, and then I step on it because I don't know it's there, or I kick it. And like, oh, you're kicking our stuff. I'm like, well, I didn't know it was here.
Yeah, but you walk too much, or you walk around a pace.
I'm like, I didn't know it was here. Like, fuck. I'm not used to like this is like worse than a child's toy room. What the fuck is going on here? But I also I like to try to put myself in a vulnerable position as much as I can, because like I'm not afraid, and I'm trying to like put myself in like a position where I'm like, okay, I'm in a very vulnerable position here, and hoping that would make me, at least a hint more afraid, I guess. That doesn't always work either. So, let's see. Bill, thank you very much for donating those memberships. I do absolutely appreciate it. That's awesome. But yeah, if I can go off by myself and investigate, I would like. That's my preferred thing. On the downside, though, it makes driving to a location extremely boring. It can definitely make investigating a hell of a lot more boring. But I don't have to deal with anybody else's bullshit, and I prefer that, because then too you get like you go off and you investigate, and I like to be quiet as I possibly can. But when you're investigating with other people, they have their own way of investigating, so you do have to like adjust to that. But the thing that like I cannot stand is like doing an EVP session. Right? You ask a question, and there's always that somebody right after you ask a question, they start fucking talking,
or whispering,
or they whisper, or they ask a question. It's like they
don't realize how sensitive the mic is.
It's like I literally just asked this question, and you're gonna fucking talk. As soon as I'm done asking this question, like, hi, we have a thing called the 10-second rule. And when you tell them that, it's like they don't know how to count in their head. And then like 4 seconds later, then they ask you, it's like, oh, I have literally gone off on people on investigations for doing that. And if you watch that one investigation with when we went to what was it called? It was with Kenny, Josh, Seg, Dawson.
Bel Air.
Yeah, the Bel Air house. Yeah, I told somebody because they wanted to just try something else or whatever it was. I'm like, are you gonna shut up?
Didn't you tell Seg that?
Yep.
Yeah. You were asking Seg to be quiet, which is not happening.
Yeah, but he has gotten a lot better. He's become a lot more patient. I'll give him that.
See, at that location, when Kenny was doing the handcuff experiment downstairs in the basement, and I stayed in because it was too cold outside. I could hear him giggling, laughing. I could hear him a little bit, but not as much as I could hear Seg when Seg decided to do his turn. I could hear him really like every word. He was loud.
So Cree, it's the release date is looking like fall. It's going to be on basically every streaming service, with the exception of like Netflix and Hulu. We probably could have gotten it on Netflix. Well, I don't know about that because they're real like strict on cameras. But at any rate, the thing with like Netflix, and I believe that works with Hulu as well, is like, here, you can put it on our platform. Here's what we're going to give you, but it can't go elsewhere. We would much rather have it on multiple streaming services than having it just on one streaming service. That way, people have like Prime, what else? Prime, Tubi, Apple TV. It's just all kinds of different streaming services. Because not everybody has Netflix. Not everyone has.
It every now and then,
Yeah.
anyway, because there's not much like Netflix used to be good when you could actually get the DVDs in the mail, and you could choose a lot of what you wanted to watch. I could find what I wanted. Now you search it and like still gonna have to pay for it.
Hello, reality investigations. And of course, there's going to be Blu-ray and DVD of it. So it'll be available basically on all streaming services, and even having like physical media of it. Although it is funny because somebody on eBay is actually selling the Harrisville Haunting. I am not even kidding. Somebody on eBay is selling DVDs of the Harrisville Haunting for over $100.
Are they signed?
I have no idea. Let me find it here.
I didn't even think to look on eBay for that.
Why did it do that? Oh, that's why. Oh, here we go. This is it. I mean, I'm not even joking. $104 for our documentary. I have no idea.
Does it say where they're from?
No, it's a screenshot that I had. I mean, we've seen it before, but yeah.
No, I'd have better luck selling Beanie Babies on eBay than they're selling.
So yeah, that's wild. And the thing is
famous Joe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Careful with my arm.
Yeah, I know.
Move around, forget.
But it's funny. So whoever's selling that on eBay obviously bought a bunch of them, or better have. And yeah, we get nothing from that. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I can't like over $100 for a DVD,
and it's not selling. So.
No, well, no, of course it wouldn't be selling. Not for that price.
Not for that price. Yeah. Now the new one's going to be Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, both Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh.
Yeah, and in 5.1 surround sound. So we were gonna put it in the theaters, but without basically going into too much detail, we were told that wasn't exactly worth it. Theaters aren't doing too hot because of streaming services, and not a good idea.
And Pomp was saying, how many have they sold? None, right?
I have,
Or you don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't say. Damn, where's it at? Yeah, it's not saying. But the other weird thing too is like people making like metal, I think they're metal posters and plates and stuff like that of the Harrisville Haunting cover photo. That's really weird. See, I'm like,
you're gonna have throws
what?
and blankets and
and that might be a thing.
could have a Joe pillow.
Man, that might be a thing, and it's like, not that I'm all about the money or anything like that, but we get nothing out of that. Nothing. Shadowcat, there's really nothing. Honestly, there's nothing we could really do about it. It is what it is. So as long as it's like, well, for the movie, anyways, as long as it isn't bootleg, they're good. But outside of that, I mean, maybe we could do something. People making like metal pictures or whatever out of the poster. But that's still a pain in the ass, and we're also not like little bitches and like looking to sue people. That's just part of, I guess, the industry. So it is what it is. I am waiting for somebody to join us. Supposed to be joining us here anytime, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. So let's see. There's something else I was going to say too, and I totally forgot. I
can't help you there.
I totally went blank. Let's see. Nope, not Matt. You'll see when he gets here. Whenever he gets here. Making it a surprise.
Somebody's got to help this live stream. Joe and I are like in pain.
Now, well, I mean, there's not a hell of a lot new going on.
Well,
we haven't really.
We do stay busy, but a lot of research, a lot of things we've had to work on that comes out later.
Oh, it is. Yeah, just.
And then all my doctor appointments back and forth.
Right. Yeah, I've just been doing a lot of research, looking at county clerk records and research.
And I heard about I saw a little bit of the Texas flooding, those flash floods. It's horrible. Just, 'tis the season for just the weird weather and then not being able to get out. That's just not good. You've seen it, right? The flash flooding. for Texas.
Right. I seen somebody post on there blaming a certain individual for what happened. And I was just like,
No, so it's definitely
you weren't,
weather, but that is sad.
yeah. Well, they were blaming a certain individual. Oh, they defunded some weather thing. And I'm like, you are fucking stupid.
So people are asking about your tooth.
Still hurts.
He's got to get it fixed.
It has to be I have to have it surgically removed.
Yeah, I've already lectured him, Laura. He definitely has to get some stuff done.
Well, I'm gonna call tomorrow and get an appointment.
We at least give you some antibiotics to start, because that's what they're going to do before they can do anything.
I was gonna call Friday. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's 4th of July.
Yeah, they've been closed.
So, yeah, I'll have to get on antibiotics, and then I have no idea when I'm going to get to the surgery done on the tooth. It's going to cost a couple thousand, I'm sure. No, I'm not sure. That's what I was told.
You might be able to squeeze you in for more money, but
The channel cat.
take care of it.
If it was that easy to pull the
I
tooth
would
out,
have done it, but
I
I don't
would've-
have strength in my arm.
I would have fucking pulled that bitch out. I seriously would have.
Yeah, he would have totally been cast away, and that too.
It's the roots. They're intertwined with other roots, so it has to be surgically removed. It's not as simple as just pulling.
Yeah.
Hello, Frogzilla. But yeah, I it sucks. But
And I gotta leave tomorrow. I'll remind him to call because I have to.
you don't have to remind me to
I
call.
have to work online before I leave. I'm actually not leaving till the afternoon because I have to pick up my daughter on the way back, and she is house and pet sitting, so I had to wait an extra day, or I would have already left today.
No, I'm gonna call tomorrow. I gotta get rid of the infection. But then after that, like, because again, it's my tooth. So even like going on antibiotics, that infection is gonna happen again.
Yeah, you just took care of the one, and then have the other. But yours is a wisdom tooth, so it definitely has to be an oral surgeon. And Cree, like for my arm, it just I feel like I'm being electrocuted or tased pretty much all day long. Sometimes I can stop thinking about it, but trying to do an experimental medication that helps with nerve pain. It's just really waiting until it heals. It's a millimeter a day is the process. So it's coming up on 6 months, and we're definitely not going to be healed in 6 months like they were hoping. So maybe a year to 2 years, it'll just slowly get better. Yeah, a tooth pain's bad, foot pain's bad. I just never imagine having nerve pain, which is not fun either. And the TENS unit, I tried to get one, and they've been dragging their feet getting me one. So I'm seeing a pain specialist, and I think I'll get him to prescribe a different one. I go back and see him. So I would like things to get back to normal. That's all.
Yep.
You said we have somebody joining.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Okay.
We shall see.
Yeah, wisdom teeth. My daughter just got hers out, and luckily it was during the time where they could just pop them out, so she didn't have too much problem. But you said you only have one left. It's the one that's bothering you.
Oh no, I got.
You have all of them.
Minus 2 of them.
Okay, because I only had 3. I didn't have the normal 4. and I don't know if it'll ever come in. They said no, so somehow I only had 3.
I still have 2 up top, and then the one on the bottom. Well, 2 on the bottom.
Yeah, it's good to know, Pop, because I know you know how I feel. The nerve pain.
So when I had one removed on the bottom quite a few years ago. They didn't have to do surgery or anything like that, but they were like, yeah, well, might as well go ahead, at some point and have them all pulled. And when they looked at the X-rays and they had seen the root, they're like, oh hell no, you're gonna have to have surgery to have them removed. And then they showed me the X-ray, and fucking root looks like spaghetti. It's just all over the place, intertwined with. The doctor's like, geez, it's like I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. So I mean, apparently, it's a thing, and dentists do see that kind of thing.
Yeah, my roots for a root canal were really. I think I said it in a live stream not too long ago. That they were really, really long. She's like, "Does that go to China?"
Oh Lord, here we go.
Hey.
Hey.
Long time no see.
How's it going?
It's
going.
It's going.
It's going.
It's going.
How's it going? Are you all good? What's the live show? I've been like running around all day. I haven't had a chance to listen to what you're talking about.
We're just talking about anything
Tooth
and
pain,
everything.
nerve pain. No food yet. Yeah.
Oh no, get yourself some food.
No,
Get
I'm
yourself a
saying
Waffle
no
House.
food in the chat. Like how it goes to food and.
Oh no, food porn, right?
Yeah.
Hi chat, how's everyone going?
Everybody's just making fun of you in chat. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, I watched the video you did with Ghost Adventures at the old Washoe Club.
Oh yes.
Oh God, I didn't realize. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's like one of the sort of series I want to start doing. I want to do a sort of reaction debunking type video on all the locations I've been to. So that was a nice one. I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do the Washoe Club and Goldfield Hotel. So yeah, I just took advantage of that. God, I wish I went to the miner's cabin. I really wish I got to go to the miner's cabin. Have you been?
I've been to it, but was that the one? I don't even know if
that's not the one that you.
I know that we stayed at a hotel that was on that property, but we didn't investigate it.
Right.
It was too many people there, anyways, and a lot of noise. But I mean, we did check it out, and I tried to interview a lizard, asking the lizard if it had seen any kind of or experienced any kind of strange paranormal activity. I didn't get an answer, so
we have another John Sweeney's in. So 2 Johns.
We got 2 Johns in here, but
we'll show something.
I will show this. I was waiting on you, actually. Share screen.
Hello, Jody.
Yes, you, Seg. You. Why is that flashing? Okay. So this is the area in Michigan that I grew up. Over here, all the way to the right, is Canada, by the way. So I'm going to zoom in.
Oh, just look at it.
This is Elizabeth Park here.
So wait a minute. So why would Zach? Did he study up here? Because I can't remember how old he was in that Wheel of Fortune clip, but that was in Las Vegas.
Right. So he went to college in Michigan. He went to film school.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not, because I don't want to really dox anybody, because I may actually have somebody who, or have a friend who is living in the apartments.
Hey,
I'm
Sandra.
not 100% sure if they still do or not. The last I knew, they did, and that wasn't that long ago. But this may look familiar in some way, shape, or form.
And your chat doesn't know what you're looking at.
Hang on. Let me back up. So what I'm looking at, guys, is Trenton, Michigan. It's really close to where I lived and grew up. This is where Zach used to live when he lived in Michigan. And
Right.
this is where he allegedly had his first experience. And this may look kind of familiar.
You mean paranormal experience?
Yeah. Might look a little familiar here. So straight ahead,
Looks
goes
nice.
up. That's the apartments. Yeah, Elizabeth Park is beautiful. It's right on the Detroit River. Let me. Do I really want to? Fuck it.
Yeah, I think that was that the building there?
Yep. Let me get fucking Google to work. Jesus. There it is.
Yeah, that looks like it in the doco.
Yep. That's it.
And is it reported to be haunted?
So I had a couple of friends who lived there. One claims that nothing has ever happened. The other says that they do hear things from time to time, but they're not 100% sure. I've actually investigated it with a friend of mine who was living there. I don't want to show fuck right there anyways. You can literally fucking see the windows. But anyways,
And actually, there's someone in that vehicle. If Joe went over to it, there's someone sitting in it. They thought they just had their doors open. It's funny how this shows up. He's just sitting there, the back seat.
I have no idea. It looks like they got clown shoes on.
Thing. Hot day.
What was that?
Must have been a hot day.
Might have been.
Waiting on somebody.
But I did investigate it twice, and honestly, the only thing that I could hear was the people living in the apartment next to them. Like you can faintly hear their TV. You can faintly hear them talking.
Is it a particular apartment that's supposed to be haunted, or the whole building?
A particular apartment, but
I'm not going to
point out which one.
I'm asking for like the apartment number, but do we know if it's the same one that Zach lived in?
Yes, it is. It was the same one. Yes. And the reason why I know this is that a friend of mine picked me up from work. We had an issue with our car, and he picked me up from work, and he told me that he had to go and pick somebody up. Okay, whatever. And this is where we went, and actually went inside, went into his apartment, and I'm not even fucking making up. Like he's fucking awkward. He's very, very awkward. And he was like hair, like fucking kind of like fucking with his hair. You know, they look all right because they were headed off. I think maybe a party or some shit like that. So, you know, he was like kind of like dressed kind of preppy and shit like that. Worried about his fucking hair, and got in my buddy's vehicle. I got dropped off, and off they went, and that was it. And then when the documentary came out, at this point in time, I was now living in Virginia. And my ex-wife said, "Hey, there's some guy from Trenton, Michigan on TV, like hunting ghosts or something." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What channel?" I'm just kind of like flipping through it, and it took me a few minutes to find it, but I found I'm like, "What the fuck is Zach doing on TV? What's going on?" And it was that documentary. was being
Oh,
shown. So
so
I was like,
how old was he? Was he like what 20 when that came out?
I know he was older than me. I was in my 20s. He is older than me. Like
Oh,
a year and a
okay.
half or something, some shit like that. So, but how old is he?
So just to quickly answer the question, because I've seen Chris Williams mention this a couple of times. Yeah, I don't know. I woke up a little bit under the weather this morning. I'm not sure what's going on. My voice does sound a bit crappy.
Yeah, you do sound different.
Yeah, just I don't know. Just woke up feeling a bit crap. Is all.
Well, we won't make you do impersonations.
Oh, I appreciate that. You have no idea.
There's the other side.
Oh, it looks nice.
Oh, Trenton it's a nice place. I mean, it's old, but Trenton, Michigan is nice. Same thing, just down the road from it, Wyandotte, Michigan. It's really nice. And you got the Detroit River. So one of the things that I had to kind of get used to, especially after 9/11, was Border Patrol. We did not have, like, the only Border Patrol that we had was crossing over to Canada and then going back to Michigan after so many years, and then going to like Elizabeth Park or just going to Trenton and even Wyandotte, see Border Patrol vehicles. It was really weird to see.
As you said, to the right is Canada.
Yep. Well, this is Brazil right here. We call this. This is where the rich folk live. That's what we say,
Sorry,
anyways.
you cut out there. The what folk?
The rich folks.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah, they want to separate themselves
The
from
ones
everyone
on
else
the-
on an island.
An island.
And then then you have Canada. And then
The friendly folk.
there's Belle Isle. You don't want to go to Belle Isle. You just don't. That is a no-go.
On Canada's side.
No, it's not on Canada's side. It's the United States side.
I didn't know. It's not, it's not that big a river that separates you two
No. I mean,
from there.
yeah, when I zoom out, you can definitely, surrounded by water. But yeah, I mean, like in some spots, I could literally throw a rock into Canada. Like I could hit Canadian ground with a rock. And
I imagine if you did that, you started a war.
yeah, I don't think they'd appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, geez, we used to go to Canada quite a bit, but that was back when, before the whole 9/11 thing happened. Didn't need to have a passport or anything like that. Just showed your license. Just tell them why you're going. And that was that.
Do you need a passport now?
Right is it on?
Yeah, you need a passport.
No, right?
Yep.
Because wasn't there used to be a thing, or maybe still is a thing, that people used to go over there and get like cheap medication and drugs and things like that,
So
like pharmaceutical drugs and things like that.
So, real quick, Canada is. Let me back out. Canada's all the way over to the right. So you have the Minton, and then you have Canada. So, and you can see the Canadian line, this yellow line that goes through the water.
Yep.
That's so. All right. What were you saying,
There's the
Seg?
medication.
Oh, yeah. No, well, people used to come from Canada to the United States to get medication and cigarettes. They'd go to like the duty-free station, is what we call them.
Is America cheaper than Canada, or at least it was cheaper than Canada then?
So first off, it depends on where you live in America.
Sure.
So, like Tennessee is one of the cheapest states, but again, depending on which side of the state, is one of the cheapest states. I would imagine that like Michigan is probably more expensive to live in Michigan now than it would be in Canada. But I mean, I don't know, Canada. It's so like you see this border, like it's weird. You see the border. Let me back now. All right, there we go. Yeah, you see that yellow line down the river. You know, that's a border. But when you're
Right.
there, it just looks like another place here in the States.
So,
Like-
it's supposed like a dumb question, but like, if you were just to get like a boat or a kayak or something like that, and you're going to go over from one side to another, is that enough to get you arrested? Like,
You have to check in. You have to check in. Sometimes in certain spots there can be an exception. So if you have like an island that is on both sides, is it going to show? Like here you go, right here. You're okay. Just don't go too far into Canada. Oh, he dropped.
And Chris was saying, you know, what city is on the other side?
Windsor.
Windsor.
Yep. Let's see. See if he jumps back on. But anyhow, yeah, this is kind of the exception. But you just don't want to fuck around too much on the Canadian side.
Well, what was that Bell Island that you mentioned?
Sorry
All
about
right.
that. Not sure what happened there.
Belle Isle is in Detroit. That's all I need to say.
Okay. Are there quite a lot of like haunted spots around there?
The majority of the investigations that I did way back in the day were actually in that area. Actually, Wyandotte, Michigan. Here's Wyandotte. Wow, lots changed. Holy crap. So in Wyandotte, Michigan, a lot of like the residential stuff. I'm not going to point this out, but here's Cherry Street, and then there's Walnut Street.
Yeah, it looks nice.
We've done investigation, like a couple of investigations actually on this street. Then let me back it out. There's Cherry. I'm trying to remember where Walnut is. There's Pine, 7th Street. Holy crap. Where the hell did Walnut Street go? Damn it. But
You kind of sound like Hank Hill at that moment. Bobby.
Well, actually, my mom and stepdad used to live in Wyandotte. I got to get my bearings here. All right, so there's that shithole place. Oof. There's BASF. All right, I'm just trying to get my bearings because when you're looking at an overhead, it's kind of weird because I mean, used to like being at ground level. Big Boys is still a thing? Holy crap. Wow.
So what is still a thing?
Big Boys is a restaurant.
Okay.
Which I like Frisch's Big Boy or something different.
Huh?
Frisch's is the same as Big Boy.
I
They have the big tower. Yeah, that's the same. It's Frisch's, but you guys call it Big Boy.
or
Same thing.
Elias Brothers. All right. Now that I have my bearings, geez. Let me find. There's the hospital. There's the elementary school. Done one on Chestnut.
Well, Walnut should be near Chestnut.
Yep.
You have like all the trees, poplar and elm and maple, and now you have your nut street.
Yep, all the nuts. There it is.
There you go.
So what is it we're looking at?
One of the homes that we
All right.
investigated at one point. I'm not going directly to it, but wait a minute. I don't think she doesn't live there anymore. Come on. Go,
You know,
go,
Bob's Big
go,
Boy.
go,
Frisch's here.
go. Keep going. Keep moving. Well, just say one of these houses I investigated that really turned my shit upside down. And she ended up moving.
Oh yeah.
It took her a while, but she ended up moving. She had people come out to like try to get rid of it. So I'm like, I'm not an exterminator, so don't fucking like, I'm not that guy. I just come in, check the shit out, and go from there, kind of thing. And it was bad. And now she had told me that the people who live there now are having like experiencing that shit as well.
Oh, okay. Did you ever try and go back?
No, I did not go back. There was no reason.
Mean, would you now?
Would I now? I would be. I'd be very.
I know
careful.
it's far away. I know.
Right, but I would have to be very careful. So the story with this whole thing is kind of weird to a certain point. The lady who owned that house, her brother had actually owned that house, and I was at one time best friends with her brother named Bill. And during the late 90s and early 2000s, heroin was fucking huge. Like it was like the drug of choice for people in the area. And unfortunately, her brother was a heroin addict. So, long story short, he was found dead in his dad's basement. He was visiting his dad. Now, he had went to rehab and all that stuff, but the thing that they tell people when they go to rehab, make new friends. Do not hang out with the people that that you hung out with in the past, like, because chances are they're doing it and that's going to make things harder for somebody to like stay away from it. So he still hung out with his old friends. He went and he got himself what he thought was heroin, and it wasn't. And yeah, his dad found him dead in the basement. Needle still in his arm.
Shit.
Yep. There's actually,
Jesus.
you can find it on YouTube. Like the news was there. They made a big deal about it. He was the first. The drug dealer was the. It was the first time a drug dealer was actually ever charged. For murder or something like, or what, I can't remember what it was exactly. But ultimately, the drug dealer was responsible for his death.
Wow.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Let me see here. This is my old neighborhood when I was a kid.
Yeah, you've shown chat before.
No, it's my old neighborhood.
Oh.
And that's the house I grew up in.
Wait a minute. Against my phone.
And that place was fucking haunted too. We did the brickwork. Let me try that again. What the fuck? Okay. Why? Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
I sorry, it's my bad. My phone's being shit. Sorry.
Oh. This is where I grew up at, Seg.
That looks nice. Nice
That
house.
mailbox. Yeah, that mailbox. All that brickwork that was done by my dad, my grandfather, and I helped. Yeah, carry the fucking bricks. My grandfather actually did the brickwork around.
Just hydrangeas. in front.
Yep. Yeah, my grandfather did the brickwork of the house. It was a custom house. Most of these houses, they're basically all the same. Like the same fucking blueprint, basically. This was a custom. Used to be a swimming pool back there. And then, come on. Trick-or-treating in this neighborhood was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, they went all out for it, did they?
Yeah. The amount of candy we got. My buddy Mark used to live here growing up. His parents still live there. But yeah, I mean, no, so there's that, I guess. Come on.
What made you become a paranormal investigator? Is what Patricia was saying.
I didn't want
Asking.
I didn't
want to.
I didn't want to. Imagine going trick-or-treating in this fucking neighborhood. That's all I'm saying.
You filled the bag full.
Or even that neighborhood. I didn't want to. I just happened. Like, oh, let's see. Here's Jody. Hey, Jody, and I guess bye, Jody. So what happened was, this is fucking weird because I can kind of like almost tell the story from this perspective. So there used to be a Denny's. Out on this street here. And us team, you actually used to be right right where this lot is. And as teenagers, that's where we'd go to hang out. Because Denny's was like, oh, we have free coffee. So all of us teenagers, thought, oh, so I act like grown-ups and go to Denny's and get free coffee.
When you say free coffee, you got to buy something, surely.
No, you didn't have to buy anything. They're like, hey, just come in and have yourself a free cup of coffee.
That's a weird business model, but okay.
It didn't last long.
Yeah.
So,
you get your free cup of coffee when you buy a fucking meal, you scroungers.
yeah, you would think that that's something that they would do, but nope, didn't happen. So I was with my buddy Bill. That's the one who was found dead in his father's basement from drug overdose, and he was teasing me about our house. Just poking fun at the fact that it was haunted and stuff like that. But he didn't mean, like, he wasn't being serious or anything like that. He was just being stupid about it. He got up to go use the bathroom, and behind us was a group of people. I had no idea who the fuck they were, but one of them got up from the table and started asking me about the fucking house. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. And then it just said, oh, hey, this is what we do. And I'm like, okay. Because at that point in time, people who hunt ghosts, you only see that shit on TV, right? Like the Warrens.
Yeah.
Like there's like, maybe there's only like maybe 4 people, in the United States that do that kind of thing. I mean, at that point in time, it was voodoo. It was taboo to talk about, and things like that. So I wanted nothing to do with talking to him. And then, literally, no bullshit, this gas station right fucking here, I was with my dad. And my dad is friends with the owners. So we went to the gas station, and my dad went inside to talk to the owner, Nick. And then there's the dude that I had seen like a week and a half, 2 weeks prior. And he's like, oh, hey, you remember me? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Even my parents did not want us to talk about like the shit that we were experiencing in the house.
Yeah.
Because, didn't want people to think that, we were crazy or whatever. So anyhow, he's talking to me, and basically what it was, hey, we want to hear about, the experience you had. We're interested. We just want to hear about it. We can, if you want, we can go somewhere safe. We can take you with us when we go on an investigation, not the exact words, but anyways, I wouldn't be investigating, but they'd make sure that everything would be fine because they just wanted to talk to me. And it wasn't even that they were really even investigating. It was they were going back to a home just to check on some things or whatever. I wanted him to leave, disappear, because I knew my dad was coming out. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So he wrote down my phone number, and that was that. I didn't think I was going to hear anything from him, and I don't know, it was like week and a half, 2 weeks later, some shit like that. My dad's like, hey, some guy's on the phone. Okay, and I fucking get the phone from my dad. And there he was. And his name was Bill as well. Hey, we're going to be going to a home that we've already investigated. We're going to just do whatever, but, we'll sit, down at the kitchen table, whatever. And, we'll just talk while, everybody does what it is that they do, whatever the fuck it was he said. I'm like, okay. So then I had to give directions how to get to the house. And my dad's like, who's that? I'm like, oh, a friend of mine. I'm going to go stay the night at a friend's house. His brother's going to come get me. That's who it was on the phone. No, then that was that. I went and then I continued to go. And it just became a thing. I just became part of that team. So
can you imagine going back in time now and Steg calls you or Crow calls you and your dad's like, hey, there's some guy named Side-Eye guy on the phone.
It's all right. He wears a mask.
He wears a mask. Yeah, or there's this guy named Crow of Judas on the phone for you. It's just funny.
But
I
I
blame
mean,
Patricia for keeping Seg really quiet and Joe talking a lot. It's different.
You know, Seg is not feeling good when he's not talking his ass off.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not.
No,
I'm
you're
not
good.
feeling
No,
good
you're
at
good.
all. Yeah, sorry if I'm not. I'm
This
probably not the most exciting guest to have on right now.
Oh well, I mean,
is not the most exciting live stream. You're in a good place.
I had no idea Cedar Point had a
Wildlife refuge.
No, had no clue.
But is that in Ohio or Michigan?
No, that's in Ohio.
Okay.
Putin Bay.
Can you zoom right out just so I know where in America this all is? Like, is it in Central North America
No,
or
it's the northeast.
Northeast? Okay,
Not east. It's more, like the what would you
Mid-East?
call it? The battlegrounds.
Yeah,
The Middle East of America.
yeah. Well, I mean, you could kind of call that, Michigan that to a certain point because we do have
Midwest.
we do have, and it's funny, what we call little Iraq. We have
Okay.
we have in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan specifically, the highest Iraqians living, the population in the United States. And when you go down there, or you go to Dearborn and you look at the business signs, it's all Arabic. And then underneath is like the name of the business in English. And when you kind of drive through, or if you're just walking in that area, you really do feel like you're in a different country. It's pretty wild.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna make any comments about that before I get cancelled. But yeah, there's a few places like that in England for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not making fun of. I'm just like, I mean, it's heavily.
It's just the truth.
So yeah, and it's clean as fuck, and it's safe as fuck. Their crime rate is like damn near zero. And then we do have a pretty heavy populated.
Out of interest, like about the scream that you and Matt, and I'm not sure who the other fellow was when you were at the Washoe Club, but when that scream happened, did it kind of sound similar to the scream that we captured on when I was with Paranormal Quest?
To be honest with you, it's been so long.
Right, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I just, at that moment when we heard it, it genuinely sounded like a female.
Yeah. And it sounded like it came from outside, didn't it?
To us, it sounded like it was inside. The issue is that how the old Washoe Club is built, right?
Yeah.
And you see like sound contamination is a very serious thing in that place. And on top of that, you have those apartments next to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, Matt, he ran outside to go see if it was somebody outside.
Yeah.
And we, kind of just like looked around a little bit to see if it happened. I mean, the issue is that we just don't know where we knew like a direction it came from, but we didn't know exactly where it came from.
Michael.
Hello, Michael. And Bill,
hello,
thank you very
Michael.
much. I do appreciate that.
And someone did have a question about Michigan a little up before
A
little bit more. There we go. Pedals. Have you heard the stories of Morrow Road in Michigan?
I might have, and I just don't remember it. Morrow Road. Where's Morrow Road? I don't remember where Morrow Road is now. It's been so
I'm
long.
just now seeing realities coming. Imagine Crow and Zeg showing up in masks at your front door to hunt ghosts, and your dad answers the door.
That wouldn't go over well.
Huh.
It would not go over well at all, I'm sure.
Probably be greeted with a fucking gun.
No, chances are my dad would probably just fucking make fun of you.
Is that where you get it
Fair
from?
enough.
North of Detroit, New Baltimore.
Oh, New Baltimore area. I mean, it sounds so familiar. I cannot remember anything about it. I know in New Boston, Michigan, there was Pink Castle. That was a fun one. Yeah, it was funny. My dad, me and a friend, we were just walking around, whatever, and my dad points at us. He's like, "Oh, look, it's Dumb and Dumber." I said, "Oh, look." And I pointed it at the car. I said, "It's Jake." And then I pointed at my dad and said, "And the fat man." My dad was I got fucking grounded. I'm like, "You're over here making fun of me and my friend. I can't do it to you."
Nope. There's a difference.
Like, what the fuck?
So you can
You
watch
don't-
a short
you
film
don't-
on YouTube about.
You don't disrespect me like that, dude. I'm like, you. What the fuck?
And what about this one, Dice Road Story in Saginaw? We've been there.
Saginaw? I've been to Saginaw. I've freepoed in Saginaw. Let's see. Been to Saginaw, been to Birmingham, been to Brighton, Birmingham.
You're still talking Michigan, though. No?
Yeah, Michigan.
Alabama.
There is a Birmingham, and yeah. I have not been to Hell, Michigan. Let's see. I've been all over the place in Michigan. All over the place, especially doing like repo. Like, holy shit. Let me see here. I would love to go to Australia to investigate or even for a vacation. My issue is that every fucking insect in Australia wants to fucking murder people.
Oh, not just the fucking insects, mate. It's the snakes, the ones that really want to kill you.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna get to the insects, the reptiles, the fucking kangaroos, the
Still go. I want to go.
spiders,
Want to go to the zoo?
fucking alligators, the fucking plants. Now Australia just it's a country that just wants to kill.
It
Yeah.
to-
Even the cute stuff wants to kill you, or at least give you an STD.
You been messing around with koala bears?
Caroline already schooled me on the fact that you can't get that from the koalas. She already schooled me.
No, I would love to go to Australia.
Oh, actually, Cree Storm asked made an interesting comment there because she mentioned this in my live stream yesterday. And I wonder if you guys know anything about it. That Matt Rife and Elton from Overnight, there you go, have purchased somewhere, but they haven't. They said they're going to announce it in a bit later.
Yeah, the first time I heard about that was actually from you, Cree.
I haven't heard that.
And they say it hasn't been used in a few months. I know that they were eyeballing the Conjuring house.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how long's that been out of commission for?
A couple months.
No more than that.
Remember when
we
talked to Jason about that. He said, I don't know really should repeat what was said, but we just know
Yeah,
that
just be careful.
It's basically been neglected.
Yeah. Do we know what's happening with Jacqueline right now? Is she getting help? Is she, because she's been pretty quiet lately, so I'm hoping that she might be getting help.
Cree, could you send me that link? Maybe I will recognize it. And what was that, Seg?
I can look it up.
What did I just? Yeah, do we know if Jacqueline's in a we
Okay.
haven't heard much from her lately? Do we know if she's getting help?
I don't know nothing. I really don't. I have no clue. Yeah, I don't. I mean, there again. Can't. I don't want to repeat something that shouldn't be repeated, but we know the situation, and it seems like it's gonna get ripped from her at some point.
I'm trying to think of what that, because that's some interesting clues. Like, because if it's not the Conjuring House, which who just said that? Just in the comments there.
It was Cree.
I don't see it on.
Chris Williams said that it's not the Conjuring House.
Right.
So if it isn't the Conjuring House, I'm trying to think of where else is like a because I think they said it's a well-known place, didn't they?
And it hasn't been used in a while.
Like, I know Kristen wants to sell the Bel Air house.
What about the one that Jason mentioned up north? That's like $1 million or something.
Does Elton have that kind? I know Matt Rife probably does. Would Elton have that kind of fucking money?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus
Christ. Because he's offered to purchase other locations.
Yep. Yeah, he has offered.
Showed his bank account as proof.
Fucking nuts. Just goes to show, kids, faking works.
Elton is from
Overnight.
Yeah, Overnight.
Oh yeah, so actually, yeah, I think someone's mentioned this to me before that apparently, not Elton John. Elton John goes to win, yeah. That Elton was a millionaire before YouTube. He comes from money. I've heard that before.
I can't remember what that place is called. Jason just went there not too long ago, and I think it's going for like $1 million.
I get the feeling a lot of these ghost hunting YouTubers come from money.
I know Omar. I'm not saying that he was a millionaire or anything like that, but
SK Pierce Mansion.
SK Pierce Mansion?
Yeah. In Gardner, Massachusetts.
That
one could be the one they looked at.
Maybe.
I know what it looks like if you were able to find the video.
Right.
It stands out quite a bit. I think it's like kind of purplish on the outside.
Let's see. So you got a question here. Wants to know if you ever traveled to Canada.
Bill, yes, I have. I've been to a couple of places in Canada way before any Side-Eye Guy stuff. I've been to the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls, the town of Niagara. I've been to Vancouver. I've been to Banff, around the Rocky Mountains. And I've spent a little bit of time in British Columbia. Yeah, I love Canada. Canada's beautiful.
Oh yeah, just don't wear a Detroit Red Wings hat, shirt, or anything like that while you're in Canada.
There's I had I think it was bison steak, freaking delicious.
Oh yeah, I've had the bison fillet. And I make chili with bison.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think we got. It's just that's just a meat you can't get out of America. I don't think.
It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Canada. Family in Canada. Had a family reunion in Canada. It's on my stepdad's side of the family, though. And then going to Canada to see titties.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yep. Then, as teenagers, we'd go to Canada because Canada at the time, I don't know if it's changed or not, but the legal drinking age in Canada was 18. So we'd go to Canada, go to the bars, and some of those people are just not fucking nice. Actually, the majority of the people were not very nice.
I remember one. It was a bar in Banff actually, and it was near empty. And I was talking to the bartender, and we were getting along really well. He was like, we were just chatting, having a bit of a laugh, and he was talking about my accent. And at one point, I just said, "You know what? I really struggle to tell the difference between the Canadian accent and the American accent." His fucking smile dropped so fast, and he just was pissy with me the rest of the time and didn't really want to talk to me. And I was like, "Okay, you're weird."
Hello, Julie.
Hello, Julie. Hello, Sandra. So when we went, we were waiting in line to get into some bar or whatever. And a friend of mine's brother asked this girl, "What time is it?" And she looked at him and was like, "Time for you to go to bed." It's like, bitch, I'm older than you. And that did not, yeah. She thought that he was hitting on her was the thing. When all he was doing was asking what time was it. We wanted to know what time it was. We didn't have cell phones or anything like
Who
that
thinks
back
that's
then.
a pickup line?
What
time is it? I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm taken. That's what time it is.
Yeah, and then her boyfriend tried to reach over and punch Buddy's brother in the face, which that was a fail. And we're like, no, fuck, let's leave. And we ended up going somewhere else. Another time, we were just at a bar, and it was just me and two others. I'm talking to the bartender, and I realized we were from America, and that didn't go over well with him. He said that we were stupid, that we didn't know how to read a map. I'm like, I know how to read a map. Like, what? We're not hello. And so he busts out a fucking map.
Maps are backwards in America.
I'm like, what the fuck? Maps are backward in America. What?
Yeah. No, I'm just joking.
I was going to say, no, I think maps are backwards in Australia.
They're upside down.
They're flat.
They just don't exist because there's no such country as Australia.
It doesn't exist. Well, then he wanted me to read a map. Well, how do you get here and there? And I'm like, well, whatever. Luckily, I was the one that was like, well, I know how to, we know how to read a map because my other two fucking friends, they know how to read a fucking map. I'm like, fuck, do you guys not know how to read a map? Like, how do you not know this?
You ever bust out a map in your vehicle, not too long ago.
Yeah.
Figure out where you're going.
Let's see. Another time we went, we just gotten into Canada, and we had to turn around, and for no reason at all. And this was something that we never seen before. So it was like a Canadian thing, I guess we thought, but it was an adult video store. Never seen anything like that before. So my buddy's brother rolls the fucking windows down. The guy locked up the fucking video store, coming to his car, and he yells to the owner of the business, "Perverted old man." We're like, what the fuck are you doing? This motherfucker chased us around.
What?
And then, yeah, the dude got in his car and he fucking chased us around Canada. we have no fucking. We don't know where we're at in Canada. Like, we just like know where a couple of spots are. Now here we got this pissed off Canadian perverted old man chasing us down in fucking Canada. I'm like, fuck. So then my one buddy's like, dude, why don't we just get out of the car and fucking confront him? I'm like, if he's fucking crazy enough to come after like 4 fucking teenagers and it's just him, he probably has a gun.
Jesus Christ.
So we ended up hitting the Ambassador Bridge and going back over to the States.
Canadians don't carry guns, though, do they?
I have no idea. I mean, at the time we didn't. I don't know.
Or maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they did. I thought they didn't. I thought they weren't like an open carry kind of country or even a concealed. I don't know. I thought they weren't a gun country. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, no. Yes, they are. No, they are. Yeah. No, sorry. Ignore me. Yes, they are.
Another time I went and I had a Detroit Red Wings t-shirt on. And we weren't even planning to like go to Canada. I was like, hey, let's just go to Canada. Okay. And that night the fucking Red Wings were playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. You would not believe the fucking looks I got when we were at this fucking bar. I'm like, I'm looking around like, why the fuck is everybody staring at us? And I realized they were staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm continuing to watch the fucking like game, not really watching it, just looking up at the TV, watching it. And then it clicked. Oh, fuck. The Wings versus the Maple Leafs. And I looked down at my shirt and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get killed.
God.
Yeah, we left.
Sorry, I just want to quickly say people are correcting me here. You're not. It's hunting rifles and shotguns, but not pistols.
Yeah, see, at the time
Canada.
we didn't know. I mean, like, you know, when you grow up in the United States, you think, or anywhere, I guess, you probably think, oh, well, the laws here would be the same, I guess, elsewhere or whatever, but they're not. So I don't know if the dude had a gun or not, but he was chasing us down. He was not afraid of us.
That's scary. That's definitely scary.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like, you know, whether Canada or America or wherever, but like countries where people could do stuff like that and they do carry guns genuinely scares the shit out of me.
I guess maybe you're not used to it.
Definitely not.
I
don't think
mean,
anyway. I actually feel bad if anyone's used to that. Like, but I wonder if that kind of in a way kind of deters people from doing dumb shit if you're just the fear of someone having a gun.
it does. I know when I'm around somebody who has a gun, I feel fucking safer. That's all I know.
Depends who's got the gun, though, doesn't it?
That is true. It does depend on who has the gun.
Like, there's some maniacs with guns, and then there's like, you know, people that you feel safe around with guns.
I know that damn near every place that I go to here in Tennessee, somebody's carrying. And
right, yeah.
You've been in Tennessee. You probably have been around probably close to 100 fucking people who were carrying, and you had no clue.
Yeah. I would assume that's the case. Yeah.
And Bill, again, thank you very much. I absolutely do appreciate that.
Nice one, Bill.
But yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing here. You know, it's like guns kill people. It's like, no, they don't. It's the person behind it who pulls the trigger. It would be like blaming a car for a drunk driver, and then trying to ban cars because they can kill people. It's the whole thing is just, it's weird where things are attempting to go, and even taking away guns, people are going to still kill others, whether it be with a hammer, a fucking fork, a fucking spoon, a vehicle, doesn't matter. If people want to take other people's lives, unfortunately, they will.
Maybe we should talk about food now.
no,
Joe's just like Joe's being the Debbie Downer.
I'm just like that's the reality. What were people using before guns? Swords.
We're gonna talk
Before-
about pancakes.
Before that, rocks.
Maple syrup is from Canada. So we are getting past the 2-hour mark. Here.
Yeah, we're
Well,
getting
no,
there.
we're getting there. Okay, so 7:30 was when we started. Couldn't remember.
Right. Well, we got the thing up here.
Oh, I don't even pay attention.
But anyways,
Oh,
but again, Bill, thank you. I do appreciate that. So, what do you got coming up, Thag?
I've got like 4 videos finished, nearly finished anyway, like 95% finished. Just got to touch her up a little bit here and there. So I'm just going to take a few. I'm actually working on a Paranormal Files video at the moment. But I'm gonna. It's because it's freaking Paranormal Files. Of course, it's a 3-hour long video. So I'm just taking it very slowly because it's driving me insane. But yeah, I've got like a lot planned. I'm trying to focus now. Like a lot of the videos I'm working on are places that I went to while I was in America. So I'm thinking for R1, just double checking. Everyone knows where we went, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we did a live stream. So I'm thinking I might do, unless you could think of another team. I was thinking it's a bit of a while ago now. It's a bit of an old school video, but the famous one where Josh, Seth, Sam, and Colby went to Harriman Hospital, and then the camera fell. It's one I've always wanted to cover actually, and I've just never done it. But yeah, I'm thinking that might be a fun one to go back to.
Well, I mean, you did film stuff on it, so I hope you can go back and visit that one.
Yeah. So Cree, yeah, it's no real secret now. I did do a collaboration with Colin and Connor of the Paranormal Files. He put up. I haven't watched it yet because it came out while I've been on this live stream here. But someone has messaged me saying that he's done like a little I don't know what you got, like a trailer. I think he's also uploading the one that he did with Dawson as well in the same video. I'm not really sure. I haven't watched it, so I don't really know what's going on. But so I'm gonna upload my collaboration I did with Colin, and that's why I'm working on a Paranormal Files video now, just because I want to show everyone that just because I do a collaboration with Colin doesn't mean I'm not going to also do a roasting debunking video straight after. Like, I don't want people to think that, just because I'm friendly with Colin and I collaborate with him doesn't mean that I think he's now like above criticism or, roasting or anything like that.
Right.
And I told him that straight to his face. And to be fair to Colin, he was like, yeah, whatever you want, man, just go for it. Like, he was fine with it.
Well, there we go.
So there you go, it's a little exclusive. But
Well,
I'm feeling a bit too run down to record any videos now anyway. I need to get my voice sounding. Oh shit! Need to get my voice sounding better. So I'm probably just going to take a couple of days off and just chill.
Ooh, damn yawning. You did so you did the video with what's that kid's name? Went to Monroe House. I cannot remember his name now.
Oh, Jake.
Yeah, Jake the Ghost Hunter.
Oh yeah.
But he went to the Monroe House. I was actually gonna do a video on that, the problem is that there are some things that he experienced. It's not a problem, but some of the things that he claims he experienced are things that I've experienced, Don has experienced. And I'm like, people are probably going to expect me to roast the fuck out of him. And I can't because
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny you're saying that because the place that I collaborate with Colin and the video I'm reacting to is it's at Nevada State Prison, and I'm reacting to the first time Colin went to Nevada State Prison, and during the video I'm like, I want exactly what you said. I want to roast the fuck out of him, but literally what he is saying is happening exactly that. I literally witnessed that with him happening. So I experienced the same thing. So it definitely gives me a new perspective on a lot of these sort of things that happen. If I'm not sure if you've ever been there, I think you said you haven't been there because I mentioned it
no,
before, but
I haven't. It's on the list.
it is it's one of the best places I think I've ever uh, done one of these videos at. Like it's really creepy, like really really creepy. Um, yeah, it's a very unique I've never done a video like this before. It's a very unique perspective. So yeah, but I understand exactly what you're saying because like I don't like Jake Ghost Hunter. I think he's one of those annoying screaming.
Yeah. So like
Tip.
if I close my eyes, it's like Twin Paranormal.
Yeah, it's a mix of it's like a, a, a mix of Twin Paranormal, Project Fear,
Yeah.
fucking Sam and Colby. You know, just that typical screaming, over the top theatrical kind of YouTuber.
Right.
And to be fair, Colin is a bit like that too. Let's face it. But you know,
But he's not as
like you know,
bad.
if they go to these places and they experience what you kind of experience, you know what I mean? It's you
No
gotta
scream.
you gotta tell it as you see it.
Right. So yeah, and like I said, there were things that he claimed he has experienced where I'm like, okay, I mean that's happened to us. So there was something that he had seen or captured or whatever visually. Same thing with me when I was investigating with another team for a documentary, and so I thought that was interesting. So it's like if people, I mean, I'm going to do the video, but if people expect me to roast him or anything like that, that's maybe I'll poke fun, here and there. Nothing personal or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, it's like, I mean, this is a thing. This has happened.
He's very ambitious, that Jake Ghost Hunter. He seems to be going absolutely everywhere.
Right. I wish I
He's
had
been
the
to
money.
a lot of places.
Yeah, fuck. I wish I had the money to do that. That would be great if I could just go more often. But it is what
He's
it is.
another one. I'm not sure where he's because, like, don't get me wrong. Like, his views are very up and down. I'm not sure if he gets like a lot of donations, but he can have a video that gets like 15,000 views and another one that will get like 60,000. But like, he seems to get more of the low end than the high. I don't know. Like, as someone who kind of gets around that kind of view figure consistently, you can earn a living on that. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm fortunate. Like, a lot of my videos I can do from home. Like, to go, I don't know how you can really make much of a living doing that and have all the expenses of ghost hunting on top of it. It's just a lot.
Right. Oh, I mean, you know how expensive it is to go out there and investigate.
Yeah, I do. Like, I would love to. Oh, I don't want to talk about it too much, but like, I would love to figure out a way to go to Steve's House of the Dead and get myself back over to America next year. And I'm just looking at the cost of everything, and it's like, I just don't think it's feasible.
Well, if you do come out here or plan on it, next year, for fuck's sakes, let me know and come around the same time, because the original location that we wanted to go to, I will try like hell to get that location.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I just need I need a lot of time, because it books so fast.
Yeah, I can imagine. There's
Like
there's a few places I would love to freaking go to. There are a few places I would love to check out. But it's like it's just such a big fucking country, America, and it's nowhere near as cheap. Like the domestic flights are nowhere near as cheap as they used to be.
Right. And if that place doesn't work out, then guess what? I got some other places.
You got lots of places up your sleeve, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely would like to get you up at the Monroe House. Let you check that out. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, it's fucking wild. It's off the hook, man." Like weird shit happens, but it's like it comes out of nowhere, and then it's like flat lines. It's fucking weird. But there are other places within that area too. So, like, we can hit up the Monroe House, and we can go literally across the street to another location and take about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to another location. And then there's another location not far from that location.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, though, you want to be able to go all over America. You don't want to be confined to one state.
No, I've got the ideas I've got. There's 3 places I like to go. First of all, the from Brisbane into America, it only goes to 3 airports, which is LA, San Francisco, and Dallas. And Dallas is a lot cheaper to get into than the other 2. And I know a couple of people in Texas, so I would actually like to hang out in Texas for a few days. I really want. I think I can say this safely. It's never going to get back to Steve. What I would love to do, and also Bill, I appreciate that offer, man. I'll have to figure out something on how to maybe, if I can, raise some funds for this. But what I'd love to do is to and this is one of the benefits of wearing a mask. Unless you've met me, you don't know what I look like. So I can just go into meet Steve, and he wouldn't. If I just put on one of my terrible accents, he's never going to know it's me. And that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to interview Steve without him knowing it's me. And I'd like to investigate the House of the Dead without him knowing who it really is. And then maybe I'll tell him at the end. I don't know yet. And then the other big one I'd like to go to, which is fucking miles away from all of that, is I'd like an audience one-on-one, even just for a short period of time, even just for 30 minutes with Robert the Doll. And I'd like to have a little chit chat with Robert the Doll. They're the 3 places I'd like to go to, and then anywhere in between that, I'll have to see what I can do to make happen. But that's the idea I've got in my head of what I'd like to do. But it's just so expensive. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I'm hoping to get down to Florida this year. I wanted to do the lighthouse and some other spots, but fuck.
Where is, speaking of lighthouses, the St. Augustine Lighthouse? That's in Florida, right?
Just in Florida.
Whereabouts in Florida?
St. Augustine.
No, but okay, where the fuck's that? Is that
it's on the east, more on the east coast of Florida.
So it's nowhere near the Florida Keys, then.
No,
not
even close.
Bastard. Okay.
It would.
The Florida, just staying in the Florida Keys is really expensive. Looks beautiful, but it's really expensive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the further south you go, the more expensive it gets in Florida. Yeah, I would love to do the St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Apparently, it's really expensive.
I
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is.
I
But
showed it to you not too long ago.
yeah, I don't remember though. But it seems like it's kind of a pain in the ass to book.
And you don't get much time for your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, I want to go, but is it going to be worth the money for the amount of time?
Possibly
just-
not.
Like Brushy Mountain is really cool, but it's way too expensive for the amount
No,
of
mate.
time.
I mean, like, mate, when I was with Brushy with Dawson and Jeff recently, they were really fucking rude about when we had to leave. Like, they were like, they were actually saying us, get the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck? Go on, we got to go get the fuck out. And I wouldn't mind. We weren't late. We were like, had 5 minutes to go, and they were just screaming at us to get the fuck out.
Well, yeah. Remember when we were there, it was kind of the same thing. We
But
had
they
to
didn't
rush.
literally say, get the fuck out that time. Like, they were like, come on, hurry up kind of thing. But this time they say, go on, get the fuck out. We got to go now. And I'm like, wait a minute. We still got 5 minutes. Like, we're getting our shit together. Don't fucking swear at me. Like, I don't know. I'll never go back there again after that.
Wow.
Like, fuck that. It's a great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great location. I love. Both times going to Brushy, I had a really good time there. But the people who run it, like, there's no need for that.
Right. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they
just-
made it in a playful way. I don't know, but like, I didn't like it.
I'd have to hear the way I would have to hear the way they would say it.
You don't have to
Yeah.
go home, but you can't stay here. That would be the friendly way.
But yeah, they rushed us out too.
Yeah. Like, I understand having to leave at the right time. You know, the time that I get that, but like, we were still getting our shit together when they were yelling at us, and we had 5 minutes to go. That's like we planned the night out, so we had time to get out. You know, and they were still yelling at us. It was like, oh, go fuck yourselves. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Oh, jeez.
No Southern hospitality at
Nope.
Brushy Mountain.
Apparently not.
No. Yeah. Well,
Now they do concerts there and all kinds of stuff. So I imagine that people that work there get tired of having to close up or something. They're in
I
a
got to
rush.
admit, a concert there would be awesome.
You know, my ex-husband went to one there. Not too
Brushy
long ago.
Mountain? No,
Yeah,
that was OSR.
Brushy Mountain.
Well, Brushy Mountain.
Yeah,
I thought
they're
it
doing
was OSR.
concerts. It was a country concert, I believe. Yep. You can probably go on their event page and see if they have anything now.
Hello, Fantastique. Let's see.
Hi, Sarah.
Well, Sarah pops in, and we're getting ready to jump off here.
It's by design,
Oh.
Sarah.
Yeah, we were like, Sarah's here. We before the stream started, we're like,
Everybody
when Sarah
behave.
pops in, we're gonna sign off.
No, that's
I'm actually glad you said, because I actually do have to go soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. I got a few things I want to do. Fucking hungry too. Oh
yeah, we're hungry again, and it's my last day with Joe before I head back to Kentucky.
you should be offended, and I'm glad you're offended, Sarah. No, we love you.
We're offended you're here.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
and I'm offended that Seg's offended that you're offended.
It's all your fault, Sarah.
Yep, I blame Beardo. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. So here comes that awkward ending.
Well,
All
thanks
right,
for having
everyone.
me, Joe, Dawn. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Hey,
Good to see
anytime.
you. Feel better.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Laters. All right. So, guys, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for the love, the support. Absolutely do appreciate it. Here comes that awkward ending. Oh my god, I'm tired. My eyes are watering.